So my approach is, I don't sell. I don't tell people, hey, I sell life insurance. No. I just start talking about how they're doing and all that, the challenge they face, the pain, if they're happy. You know, it's a fun thing to talk about. And, you know, yeah, talk about if they own a home. People were saying that, oh, you know, I don't want to this guy said, I don't want to own a home because he's an older guy, 60-something. So he said, you know, after I told him that every home you purchase, you end up paying 3 houses. And the guy just, you know, being old, they already experience it. And we can relate like that. The guy told me. It was awesome. And then I asked the other guy, a bunch of people sitting out there. You know, it's a city kind of setting. So you see people hanging around talking. And in front of her store, you know, the friend that we connect with. And so the other guy I asked, I think he's middle age, probably 50 or late 40. So I said, why is the problem? This is why I asked the question. I said, well, you know, many people, if they make $100, guess how much they spent? And the guy said $200. You see how easy it is to start a conversation like that? Say things that people can relate to. Okay? So the guy said $200. Okay? And then I asked, next question I asked him, do you think if they make $100, they spend $200, do you think they have money to save? 0. You see that? You see how the conversation going? And on and on and on, you know. And then the other guy, the third guy said, well, you know, how about credit card? Why do people have credit card? And you know what the interest is and all that. And the third guy said, oh, I'm pretty good with that. You know, I paid it off, you know. And how about children, right? Oh, my children are doing really great, master's degree, work in New York, good job. All those things. And I said, well, and then I'm back to 80%. Then why do you think 80% of people live paycheck to paycheck? And, you know, they had everything to begin with. And then later on, what happened? So I taught them, look, this is why we do what we do. Because I ask people, you know, why the rich get richer and the poor continue to be poor. For example, you know, it doesn't make you rich by working hard, number one, because you're only one person, you know, you can't get rich, you know, by, you know, depending on your own effort, okay? Number one. Number two, even if you go to school and you made it to the top, you know, you got a good job and all that, but what happened? Well, people don't realize that life is not guaranteed. You see that? Speak reality. And your health is not guaranteed. So if something happened, everything you worked hard for is gone. And the guy can relate, oh yeah, you lose the house, the bank, and also you still owe debt, owe student loan, owe all those things, and then now something happened to you. So I said, I make them think, you know, what can you do to solve this problem? So then, you know, everybody like, okay, well, you know, now they ask for a quote now. They want to know the quote. And the lady has a New York Life. Never looked at it, didn't understand what they have, never looked at it. Always the case. You knew it. When you meet people that currently own a policy, they have no idea what they have. So, you know, I offered to take a look and explain to them, okay, you got this coverage, you got this much cash value, and you have what they call a dividend based on last year, this year, and they say, is that good? I said, of course it's good. You know, they've been paying over 20 years, so they don't pay anymore. If they have a whole life, I say, that's great. Nothing bad about it. You know? But the question is, is that enough? You tell me. If it's enough, then you don't have to do anything else. If anything happened to you, would this face amount enough to cover all the expenses? You see? Just educate them. Yep. So we have to assess. We have to do the assessment, like based on their current situation. You know, if she have life event change, you know, if she have more assets to protect, if she concerned about having long-term care, you know, just, you know, 20 years ago she didn't know what she probably didn't have a question that she might have a question today. She has more questions, like if she becomes disabled, how much money she needs to live off. So you just ask, you know, so much great conversations. It was fun. So I just enjoy it. Wherever I go, you know, if people open to learn and ask questions, I would love to, you know, just share some information. Right? If you keep doing that, you know, you see it. It's the same thing all the time. People have the same situation most of the time. Okay, and they don't know what's what solution out there, what kind of plan out there. And I asked, over 20 years ago, when was the last time you sit down with that agent who wrote you the policy? Never. It's always the case, never. So we never say anything bad. We never say anything bad with their current policy. We just want to explain to them what they have. That most of them either forgot or never or didn't understand, you know. So you just explain to them. Yeah, or after 10, 20 years ago, of course it's good to refresh that knowledge, you know, and then it's always good, you know, insurance is always good. It's different, it's better than not having any coverage. Doesn't matter how small it is, but, you know, it's never, you know, say anything bad about it, you know. It's the industry we're in. They just explain to them the situation. They said, is it good? Yes, it's good, you know. You paid for it 20 years ago, so you don't pay anymore. It's good, but that's all you have, right? It's a guarantee, which is good. But if that's enough, is that enough? You know, if it's not enough, then you might, you know, the situations change, and you might, you know, have a different need. Okay, so she asked me to run other quotes for her and her brother, you know, and so forth, so forth. So it's good. She even offered me a place to promote. Okay, I gotta go now. Yeah, he's always here. Okay. Take care. You doing okay? You doing okay? I mean, what? Well, all those plans, you know, a lot of opportunity for you. So work with somebody, call somebody, and ask questions. Work together. Alrighty. Okay, I'll call you later.